And
Oh,
we're live
play
or
it.
whatever, guys.
Hey,
Welcome.
My wife bought me that set of dice. That exact set.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
That's incredible. What's up, everyone?
Cool. Hi guys.
Welcome to episode 42 of our little show here, Sleepless Nights. Our little campaign
little
one.
show.
Yeah, our little baby
It's
show.
so weird.
Show.
I think that
Yeah, we do this sometimes. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. EST. Come check it out. But you're here right now, so you don't need that info. Anyway,
8:30-ish.
we still have our giveaway going on. Pin giveaway in the chat to see some details on that. Basically, when we hit 150 followers, we're giving out a free Wizards of the Coast book. So if you like what we do here and you want to get entered into that, all you gotta do is follow. So check that out if you haven't yet. But other than that, I believe we're ready to jump into the game.
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh, Isaiah is also not here, but he's with us in spirit. So
He's
as you
flying,
can
so
see-
which
Other
hopefully
way,
he's
Joel,
flying.
other way,
Now that I'm thinking,
Yeah,
he
you
might
go.
not be flying. So because of the whole travel situation.
yeah.
I mean, think about
Weather's
it.
been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I hope you're doing well, Isaiah, wherever you are in the world.
Safe.
Miss you, bud. David.
David.
Oh, did I say Isaiah again?
Sure
Yes,
did.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
everyone
all-
did.
We're just so yeah.
It's because he has a normal character name. If it was like
True.
Ukhthar, then we would say
Ukhthar.
Who can Ukhthar?
Can we have a spin-off that's the adventures of Eggval and Ukhthar?
Is that just Ooks of
Zug
old
Zug.
form?
We need a Zug
Yeah.
Zug, you know, that classic name.
Is that a classic name?
Yeah. Yeah, you never heard?
What?
Oh, come on.
No.
Zug Zug.
Is evolving.
I want like Ook and Egg go to New York.
Christmas
Ook and Egg
special.
take the big city.
It's
That's a good yeah, that's a good like, spin-off we'll do. Yeah. Sounds like a Muppets movie.
I'm sure
Let's
that'll
play the game.
happen.
Yeah.
Everyone look forward to that because it's coming.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed their holidays, even though they're not really over. Their Christmas or Xmas, or if you celebrate anything else. I hope you had fun and got to spend some time with some family and smiled and hugged somebody. I was sick, so I didn't get to do much of that. I smiled a little bit. But yeah, we're here now, playing D&D. We continued our adventure as the party, the Forgotten Few. We're inside the city of Erebar. Standing outside the orphanage in which Redrick, your companion, I guess he really didn't explain too much of it to all of you, so I can't say too much. But this is an orphanage of importance to him, in which he told you briefly that it housed some important people, in which he considered family. Just before then, your other companion, Velkin, was snatched by a silver assassin into a portal of blue flame and disappeared. Kind of, and that magical portal kind of brought the hordes, the undead hordes that now roam this quarter of the city, towards the orphanage. The orphanage looking abandoned and wrecked. You made your entrance. It seemed abandoned, except you begin to hear things scuttling above you. Calder sensing an undead presence, and a message coming through to Redrick, through his mind, from a young female voice, in which he recognized and no one else heard. Quickly investigating, Redrick led the party upstairs to a small bedroom in which he kicked in the door and found an interesting being, humanoid-looking figure, who had large rabbit-like ears that kind of folded over across her teenage face, probably aged about 16 or 17 at this point. This young teenage girl. Obviously, to all of you, an importance to Redrick. Sorry. Audio is bugging. Sorry. Obviously important figure in Redrick's life that he rushed to aid this this girl. And in the meantime, Isaiah noticed a movement above you when you were all of a sudden ambushed by this rotten creature of pure death and decay, standing about 8 feet tall, the chest cavity housing another figure familiar to Redrick inside of it. And every time that you would do damage to this undead creature, this Goliath-looking thing, the lady inside its chest cavity would scream out in pain. But eventually, the death blow was given to this thing. Your quarry had been captured, or successfully saved, I shouldn't say captured, by Redrick. And you guys decided to take your leave. And as you did, you noticed that the undead hordes of the city of Erebar now sat outside in the courtyard of this orphanage. The massive wave, probably a few hundred bodies alone, blocking your exit. You decided to take to the rooftops, and when you went to the attic of this orphanage, it was covered in this rotten slime from ceiling to floor that you had to trudge your way through until you eventually made it to one of the windows, which Isaiah unhinged and removed silently before all of you one by one climbed to the rooftop. Jumping from rooftop to rooftop, led by Isaiah and his knowledge of the streets, he guided you to another sewer system, in which you knew that would eventually lead you back to the inn in which you had found refuge before, with a few people, Upa and Lena and V and some others. Led by him, it took a little bit longer than you expected, but you came out of a manhole right underneath the statue of a broken dragon. As the water kind of poured upon your head, you climbed the ladder and exited into an empty courtyard, in which you made your way back into the inn and down into the main central sewer system once again. It wasn't too long after you found yourselves back in the sewer system, sort of the hideout or the refuge in which these... I don't even know what to call them. Band of refugees found themselves refuge down here. Upa called you to have a meeting with Lena. I think Redrick, you stayed behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Redrick, you stayed behind. As the others went to have this conversation, there was a man, housed in pure brass and golden armor, with a blue coat. Long, curled gray hair, kind of gray and black, sort of salt and pepper. A strong jaw and a tanned face. And that is where we left off, as the door shut and locked behind you. We're going to start with you, Redrick. As your party members leave to have this meeting, what are you doing?
I'm going to walk over to the... I'm assuming Avery still with me, just kind of like on my side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and find just like an unclaimed spot among everywhere.
Okay.
And
it's pretty easy. They seem to have like spots set up all over this place. People wander, it seems, in and out. Like you don't really see too many of the same faces that you have seen before in this place. So
okay, I'm gonna bring us over to a spot on the wall, and just kind of like have both of us sit down, on the wall next to each other.
Okay.
And just kind of like, you all right? Let me see. Looks like you almost fell there. Kind of like.
As you begin to like look her over and grab her arm, she kind of pushes you off, like that teenage spirit kind of showing. Just begins to check on herself.
All right. What happened? I mean, I heard about the city, but did anyone else make it out?
She holds her ears as you, even with this brief whisper, she says, She has this little pouch. It's kind of strapped underneath the blouse that she wears. She pulls it up, and begins. The pouch is only probably about this big. She pulls out two small, what look like pure silver rods. She goes, puts them in her ears.
All right, sorry. Anyone else from home? I saw Listara, but anyone else make it out that you saw?
Kind of tries to symbolize something. She pounds her fist into her hand and shows some people walking.
I can't you just kind of like point to my head, point to hers?
Kind of points towards the sky. Symbolizes one.
All right. Well, I'm just glad you're okay. We can figure everything out later.
Points to you.
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. We've been through a lot, me and everyone you just met. Call ourselves the Forgotten Few, something. Yeah. Tried to stop all this from happening, but it didn't quite work. I wish I could have been there for you and everyone.
You hear like an audible laugh. Almost. You can see she starts to laugh. Symbolizing like you help? No way.
All right, I do my fair share of helping out when I'm home. All right, I know you all don't see me too much, but where do you think you got that nice new bed sheet from, huh? That was me. Yep. So you're saying everyone else got out? Yeah. All right, we'll find them. Once when the sun's up. Once per day. Alright. Well, I'm glad you're safe.
He symbolizes muscles to you.
Oh yeah. Stronger than me. That's
She
for
just
sure.
cranks you right on the arm.
He's like, oh. Yeah, I told you we're strong. Alright. Are you gonna be alright out here for just a minute? You can come with us if you want. Alright. If anything goes wrong. Gotcha. Keep safe. You can do that little shifting thing you did earlier. I'm gonna go see what's going on in there. If they'll even let me in. I don't know. Gonna start to walk away and I'll turn around and like look at her for a sec. Like make sure everything's alright and then I'll like head down that little tunnel.
Yeah, she seems to just be taking whatever devices she had inserted into her ears and putting them back into her pouch.
Alright. Knock on the door.
Ting, ting,
Does
ting.
everyone else let me in?
They're all dead.
Oh, okay.
Everyone,
Yeah, there's a little time distortion.
Just cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time is the slide is just cracked. You can see everyone just laying there dead.
Horribly contorted.
God,
Okay.
Family Guy pose.
As the door locks behind you and you see this figure, who seems to be someone of prominence in the guard, you can tell that his pauldrons sit a little bit higher. There's these metal kind of crests that sit along, that kind of follow the shoulder and go like around his neck. Kind of give them this extra protection. The other guard that you had seen seemed to be that rudimentary looking guard with the chainmail, barely any armor, the scabbard, and the rough looking cloak. This guy, his armor seems immaculate. Is everybody here then?
Is Red with us now, or is this before he comes
Ting
back?
Probably be
ting
there in,
ting
like, a
ting
minute.
ting.
Okay.
We'll
That's
involve
probably
Red.
Open
in this
up.
go.
Probably our last member there.
Oopa, get the door. The door opens.
Don't mind if I do. I'll walk in.
You made it back then?
Most of us.
It doesn't seem like you're missing anybody.
Well, you're
Mostly
wrong.
whole.
Well, okay then. I'm glad you're back. You can say that. Mista, drop the disguise already. You're going to scare our guest. Look how tense that one is. Oh, sorry. I forgot I was even dressed in this horrible disguise. One moment. And yeah, you see him draw a symbol across his forehead with 2 fingers, just a straight horizontal line. And at that point, the visage fades of the very prominent looking guard turns into what looks like a slender figure. Very slender face, kind of tall and long. The skin is bronze and rather aged. His black goatee kind of falls down to a point, but at the point it pulls up into a curl. He has these piercing blue eyes that seem to take in everything around you. He wears a cloak of deep black with a hood that now falls, but if he was wearing it, it would obscure most of his features in the shadows. I am Mista Alavandra, at your service. He kind of gives you a slight bow. Spy master to the Lord, Lena says. Despite this covert appearance, this Mista seems to exude an air of confidence and almost this intelligence to him. Just by looking at him in his mere presence, you can tell that this individual is a confident one. His aged tanned skin also houses about a half a head of hair. The hair kind of starts at the middle part of his head and falls back into a tight black knot. I'm pleasure to meet you. I heard that we may be working together.
Is that so?
I didn't get to that yet, Mista. Yes, what I wanted to talk to you about. I think I know a way that we could help you get to what you were looking for. Or at least point you in the right direction.
Well, we're listening. What you got?
I'm only going to tell you this, because it is going to aid us as well. In a way. There is a specific individual that we need back. He's currently being imprisoned by the Lord, deep within an underground cell of the highest security. She kind of gulps at that. Looks to Mista. He is my brother. One of the grandest thieves ever to live. And if you are to get what our Lord now houses in his depths, in which I believe it is the soul you are looking for, you're going to need him. But we need you to help get him.
This spy master got an in for us then?
Less of an inn, he says, but more of an opportunity that I've set up for all of you. I've convinced Lord Willem to... The way I put it was sacrifice, but the way I would actually say it to all of you is get some volunteers. Gather a force of men to strike back against the horde in this district and push them out. And in the meantime, while the battle is raging, it will be an opportunity for us, or you, to make your entrance into the prison. There will be limited guards, limited eyes upon you for that brief amount of time. The warden and his men have been recruited to aid in this venture.
Bryn,
If you're the spy master of the Lord, why are you doing this?
that was my question as well.
You see, as the spy master of the Lord, I have my hands in many different dealings. And I will tell you, our Lord is dim and sees very, very narrowly. Unfortunately, something that cannot be avoided has unfortunately come to pass. He has come into leagues with a few of our sworn enemies of the past in Ormbatar to help us rid the city of this plague in exchange for I'm not sure what yet. What I believe...
Insight check.
Go ahead. What I believe he is offering them is this exact piece of relic, whatever it is you are searching for. And if I, or we have an opportunity to get to it before he does, and hand it over to the enemy, I see it valuable for everyone in Erebor. What was your roll?
16.
16. He seems intelligent, highly skilled in his craft. To tell whether or not he's lying, it's almost nearly impossible. But you don't see any lies between the truth that he's telling you, right?
So you want us to claim it to prevent the Lord from giving it to the city's enemies in Ormbatar. Is that correct?
Indeed.
And how do you know we're any better?
I don't. But you were the first group to actually come from the outside that even had any knowledge that the Lord is housing such a relic. Also, you mentioned a friend that had sent you on this task. A man named Snow, yes?
Pointed us
Friend
in
is
the
a
right
generous
direction.
term.
An old colleague of mine, we can say. If you're in league with Snow, then I can trust you.
So whose hands are you trying to keep the relic away from, exactly?
The enemy. Those of which the Lord have invited from Ormpentar.
But who is that?
That, my dear friend, is unbeknownst even to I.
Can
Order
I
of the Blue
insight check
Flame,
that?
though, or
Just go ahead. Yes, go ahead. It is part of the order. They've already sent sentries and some men into the barracks area of the city.
right? You just
Near
don't
the
know who
palace.
specifically.
He met with someone in secret, unbeknownst to me. It was only my eyes and ears that found out that they had left and entered the city, and once they got here, they disappeared. The next day, there were people from Ulmantar swarming our courtyards. Men that seemed to be trained in arcane arts.
You said you worked with Cade in the past? In what capacity?
We've done odd jobs here and there. Cade is a wild one. His research is sporadic, and unbeknownst to me, and I owed him a favor, and there was a few times that I offered him confidential information about a few subjects that not everyone had some hands on to repay him.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Oh, and I rolled a 7 for mine, so yeah.
Slack jawed and drooling.
Bored.
Can't read them.
Can't read them. But if this helps you, it could help me as well. I'm just asking for a favor. My brother is the one that's being held. I had not mentioned that before.
Oh, you two are siblings? You, Lena, and the man in the cell?
Yes. We are the McCoys.
Pardon?
We are the McCoys.
What's your brother's name?
Well, he goes by many names. I call him Cameron.
Did
From
we have
Erebar, would we have any sort of knowledge on who this group might, this family might be?
well, did we have a name? Wasn't it a McCoy that could do the resurrection?
That's
believe
what
so.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Did we have
I'm
a
trying
name?
to look for it now.
I don't think it was Cameron.
Yeah, I don't either, but she said he goes by many.
Yeah. If Cameron was such a good thief, how'd he get caught?
Also a good question.
Every once in a while, when you try to steal from the wrong individual, you run a higher risk.
And you, sir.
Felix McCoy. That's the name.
Sorry?
Selick McCoy.
Selick.
That's how I wrote it. Yeah.
You happen to maybe be able to point us in the right direction for the piece we're trying to acquire?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
I could tell you, but there's absolutely no way you could enter. It is sealed, deep within underneath the palace, in a vault made of pure obsidian.
Isn't it your job to know how?
I am not in charge of security, my friend. I am the master of secrets.
That's right.
No secret
Send some spies
passcode.
in.
I've never been allowed in myself.
Any chance you could get eyes? Somebody who might be able to give us something useful in that regard. Us and our master thief that we're going to be freeing.
I will tell you, Cam's been trying to get into the vault for a long time. This has been one of the reasons that we have set up shop here. Whatever he's hiding, it's important to us. I think it's important to you as well.
When is this little extermination party supposed to be happening?
Down to business. Within 2 days, I can get you confirmation on the exact timing within a day.
Please do. What's
That
our
should
best
give
way
you-
into the prison?
Well, the only way is the front door, that I know of.
Not ideal.
This
What
is
gang was he associated with? Your brother.
He's not associated with a gang at all.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
can I do that one too?
Go ahead.
this is gonna be kind of towards
nope.
Calder, or I guess to the group, since I would assume Isaiah's with us. Isaiah, do you think there would be a way for us to get in through the sewers? Would that be another option?
wondering that as well.
Probably. I'd have to look at my map and verify.
If we can hit him from underneath, that's certainly
Because maybe the front door's a little obvious.
right.
I will tell you, this is a high security prison, full of all sorts of traps and twists and turns. I've only been there a few times
Perhaps.
myself. Magical ways of stopping anybody from getting in and getting out.
It's
Push
concerning.
people against magic, they use magic? That's weird.
You'd be surprised how much magic is actually used here, my Goliath friend.
I got a 16 on the insight for whether or not he runs with a gang.
I would say she was sort of taken aback by that term. Like, definitely not a gang. She was almost like offended by, like, you calling it a gang, right?
Mhm. Knob.
Yeah. Yeah, those in power egg are very frequently hypocritical. And they use the thing they outlaw to maintain their power. Keeps the masses down.
So you believe this is a soul of some god, is what he's housing beneath the palace?
That's the rumor, anyway.
Well,
And
piece of one.
We'd like to,
Cage.
a piece of one, correct. We'd like to confirm and collect if it's true.
And Cade Snow was the one that told you this?
Yes, sir.
You say it's only one piece of a soul?
One of many.
I honestly don't see it to be true. There was no reason that our dim-witted lord would even have a reason to use it or keep it or...
Unless someone else was pulling his strings.
I'm sorry, can
You
I
know
make
how
an
he
insight
got it?
check on that?
Go ahead.
Could be things you don't know about him. Fuck, I mean,
Well, I know everything about him, and I promise you, if he's influenced by anybody, it's me. It doesn't really make any sense. I've never even knew that this thing was
Sometimes-
housed there.
sometimes
What
rich
about the-
assholes just keep things to keep them.
Is he able to get into the vault? If you have such control over him, can't you just convince him to move it somewhere else?
I'm not sure he does. There are other vaults, but this one that you speak of, if it holds something of that importance, it has to be in the Vault of Obsidian.
Then who goes in there? If not him.
I haven't seen anybody in years, except for his father.
Is his father still alive?
He's been dead for many years. Died in
And
the conflict between Ormpatar and the city.
The Lord himself has never been in the vault.
He's a young, dim child, my friend. He could care less.
Well,
So
maybe
you
his
have
father
his
was the
ear.
smarter man.
Yeah. You have his ear. Nobody else? No other close advisors?
There's a few other families that sit on the council, but none of them, I would say, are powerful enough to.
What about a figure called the Hound?
I mean, he sits upon on the council, but
He wouldn't have access.
no, he would only have. He's more of a bounty hunter for the Lord.
You'd have to know what the hound's name is, would you?
Possibly.
Care to share with the class?
Why?
Because it helps. Every piece of information we have gets us closer to the goal for both us and you.
Did you use the dust?
They did.
Yeah. I haven't told you that.
Sorry.
How would you know?
I'm very observant.
You are
That's a
not.
lie. Insight check.
Lying.
roll. Make the
Um, I-
roll.
I rolled a 22 on my insight, by the way.
Ooh.
You made a what?
I made a 22 on my insight for if he was telling the truth that he didn't know what the use would be or why they would have a piece of the soul.
He seems to be telling the truth about why. He doesn't know the exact reason about why. Why they
Okay.
would be using it, right?
So just to clarify, our deal is we get your brother out, we get the soul.
Well,
You help us get the soul.
The brother helps us get the
Yes,
soul.
if you
Let's
help-
not skirt the question though. The Hound. Who was he?
We used it. Yeah.
I think your friend already knows.
That's
We talking
Not-
about him? The big fella back here. He doesn't know.
Her.
Uh-huh.
Why's that?
not possible.
It is possible.
He died. My brother said he died.
Which brother?
Why?
Well, one of them runs alongside him.
Briar.
The other, as you know him,
As I know him. How do you know him?
I know him as the Hound's son.
He's always been on the council.
Not always. He disappeared. When everything was happening. Kind of seems to reflect on something. And when he returned, he caused great harm for many of us.
How?
Well, he used his abilities, as I'm sure Cade has already told you, to hunt down and capture many of our kind.
Scarred.
For our Lord Willem's father. And had
The
them
smart one.
hanged, murdered, burned, castrated. I could go on and on. For years. And his
As you can-
tormented little child is continuing that play. Using your father as his hand to find his toys to play with.
You're a
Listen.
smart man with eyes and ears all around, I assume. Any idea why? Why he switched sides? Was he forced into it? Was it a good deal he was offered? Anything?
I don't know.
Do I believe that?
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Insights all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
17?
He seems to be honest. Almost a little hurt and a little bit of pain in his voice. He truly doesn't know. What I can
Was
say. Go ahead.
the Hound responsible for the death of Tyrion Co?
And many others. Some seem to escape and disappear into refuge. Others were forced to stay. Been forced into
stay.
hiding. I myself have developed this special kind of dust that our friend Sneer has bequeathed upon both of you that hides the effects of one spell touch being able to identify and recognize another.
Are you spell touched?
I am. And you see his eyes kind of flash blue for a brief moment. But I've always been looking from the outside in. The little organization that your father and Tyrion used to run along with were fools. Made themselves too known, too prominent. I knew it was a mere matter of time before our abilities would start clashing with one another, ideals, powers. Others would begin to use our ability to locate others, to find those that may be in direct competition with one another. As the Blades did to the eclipsing moon. So I began to develop this. He pulls out a small, what looks like tan sack. You can tell some red is beginning to seep through the bottom. So I could hide myself. And any others I deemed worthy enough. Like your friend Cade. To mask
Cade
from
has
the
the
hunt.
powder.
He probably developed his own by now, the madman.
Good to know.
But you did provide it to him at one time.
Indeed. As I did many of the moon, as they all seem to be rather moral individuals.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him about that later.
Yeah.
So, this obsidian vault. You seem to think there's no way in. How do we get to it?
But it's underneath the palace.
Fan
That is something
fucking-tastic.
that Cam knows. Right before he got caught, he sent me a message. Saying that we finally scored our big break.
Huh.
I will say, even with his help, it may be very, very dangerous to attempt to break into the palace, let alone its vault underneath it.
Yeah, dangerous is kind of what we do these days.
Seems
In
like
for a
with
penny,
your
in for a pound.
seems like with your level of influence, though, you could probably get us in. Hey, these are the new guards.
We could always try that. There are some keen-minded individuals on the guard of the palace. Lord Willem keeps his advisors close and his guards closer these days. But it's always an attempt. But I think our first course of action is retrieving Miss Lena's brother. If he knows a way through the obsidian, then he is most valuable to us. Our plan to get inside is something I can help with afterwards.
Sure. Isaiah, what do you need to confirm a possible entry point to the prison from beneath?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's probably something somewhere. Let me think. Let me see if he succeeds.
It's like he never left.
20.
Slightly
is that
British
you?
now.
Yeah.
I can't do Isaiah's voice. There's no shot. He's too unique. Well, a 19 will do it. You could probably get close. There's sewers that run through underneath the prison and around it. We would have to get through the wall somehow to be able to come up from underneath.
Lena, when we got here, we saw Xena wielding impressive magic. We see that you know at least a handful of other spells guard who can probably do similar work. You have I don't know, anything that might help, items, or someone we can talk to from which to procure things that might be able to get us through a wall?
Nobody here. Fortunately, Lena was one of a kind.
Connections, black market dealers, anything.
I'm not sure. You could check the market district. The market's still up and running. Magic shops, items, things.
Yeah, on that note, how much of the city is left intact?
All of it. Except for this district here.
This is the only one that got hit.
For the most part. Lord Willem fortified the defenses of all the other districts, deemed them more important.
Is
Of course he did.
How did this happen?
Well, there was a explosion that happened near the palace. Funny enough, somebody tried to gain entry to this exact same vault that you are trying to now.
Anything that gives us more reason to go.
It was at that same night that the city was besieged by massive creatures of pure night and darkness. That turned the living quarters into what you see now. There was also a pulse. Something I haven't felt for years. It ran through the city. A resounding wave of energy, chaos that I haven't felt in a long time. When the morning came and I took eyes upon the wall, it was destroyed. Half the Chandlewood decimated, our farms and plains destroyed, all turned to dead. I'm not too sure what it was.
Do you think these enemies that the Lord made the deal with now, they're probably the ones that tried to break into the vault?
It's hard to say. They're also the same ones that he made a deal with, that I'm assuming is what he gifted them for his aid, or for their aid.
Wait, so we made a deal with them before now, is what you're talking about.
After the explosion, he made a deal with them to rid this quarter of the dead
Okay.
that now plague it.
Same deal, same deal. Thought you were talking about a different
Maybe,
one.
maybe when they couldn't get into the vault, they created a problem that only they could solve.
so I'm a little confused. Why is it a bad thing that the governor is made a deal with people in Orbentar? I think I might have missed something.
We've been at war for ages. Unbeknownst to most, whether it's physical or within the shadows, the two cities have been at odds for years. The Lord has never let him piece of magic within his halls, let alone a council from one of the most magical cities in our entire region.
And the
So you're worried
assumption
about it.
is the
Sorry.
assumption that there's something similar. I'm sorry. Or sorry, the assumption is that this is something bad instead of something good.
I would assume.
Why?
And if there was agreement, I'd imagine no hard times it would be something.
Lord Willem is not one for agreements with the city of Orbentar. He set up a fort not too far south to stop any passage from that city into ours, in fear the magical items what's the word
Procured.
Procured.
procures of the yachts would even enter our city. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's just overwhelmed, which he obviously is. I've talked to him many times about what had happened. I don't know if this is a desperate plea. I tried to advise against it, but he overruled me.
Why couldn't it be peace?
It's too much hope.
Gotta have a little.
If you knew the Lord as well as I did, there is no way in all the 9 hells that he is doing this for peace.
So what? Personal gain?
I don't know. He's changed since this happened.
Changed how?
He went from the childlike madman to a more keen one, giving me direct orders rather than me directing him. He's kind of shunned me from his council, and others like me.
Has his
Taken to
manner
his
of
own.
speech changed?
If it went from a whiny brat to a more keen and stern man, then of course,
Language he uses,
that's all the
typical
same.
phrasing.
Does he seem like the same person? Just
I've told you
grown?
no.
Okay.
Different in his mannerisms.
We've encountered situations that imply the forces we're working against may have a means of masquerading, potentially replacing people in power. Maybe your
You think
lord's
that's
not your
happened
lord.
here?
Why not?
You think he's possessed?
I think it might not be him.
You were
Don't
just
be
wearing
dead.
a disguise 5 minutes ago.
Yes, but this is different than full-blown possession.
I'm not saying he's possessed. I'm saying maybe that's not your fucking lord anymore. If you can disguise yourself, I'm willing to bet a devil can.
A devil?
We've seen it.
Well, if you're right, that makes things way, way worse.
Have you seen any devils working with the hound?
I've never seen a devil in my life, to be honest. I've been many places, here and there, but never seen a devil.
For your sake, I hope you don't.
But those things that we saw in the city, they were not from this plane. Or even the other. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, we had eyes on those on our way here. Pretty scary fucking things.
Something else. Peering past all of you into Dornan. That item you set on the table.
Hmm?
Let me see it.
Reach into my armor and kind of hold it up, keeping a nice firm distance.
Turn it around.
Flip it around.
And who gave you that? Surely not your father.
Dave? No. Round. Yes.
Interesting.
What is it?
It's a key.
To what?
A doorway that I've not been through in hundreds of years.
Oh,
And weren't we told that was the way into the possible second location?
yeah.
Second location.
Can you tell us what the state of the dancing satyr is like?
Abandoned. It hasn't been existed in at least 2 or 3 years.
No.
So it's empty?
The building as it was, yes. It has been kind of reformed and merged into a different type of place. One that is rather unruly. And ran by a few individuals that are keen in the martial arts, we'll say.
Martial
Were you
arts.
unruly?
Yes, there is a large fighting ring that is set up there now.
Fantastic.
Oh.
5 blades
And is-
affiliated.
Is it still in the middle of Blade territory?
Yes.
Hmm.
This entire city is Five Blades territory now, my friends. If you guys
Yeah.
haven't known that.
At the
Hey.
fighting ring, do they still sell the Satyr's brew?
You'd have to go find out. I've not stepped foot in
Alright.
that place in many years.
Look into it.
The prison. If we were to hit it from underneath, you're talking about magical traps, things like that. I mean, what if we went old school and took like a fucking pick to the floor? From below. Hack our way through.
How you get into the prison is up to you. You won't have that much time, maybe
Is
a
there-
day.
Right.
Do you think it'd be possible to get some of us in as guards?
In the prison,
Yeah.
that could be easy enough. With a little bit of sway, I could find you arms and armor, but we might not have enough time. It would be very tight.
A few of us could certainly look the part.
If you could just get the arms and armor, we might be able to just dress a couple of us up as guards to help us get closer and take out the real guards. Speaking of which, how many can we expect? What's the normal procedure for getting in and out of the prison?
Well, the prison itself is usually guarded by a good 100 men itself. I have slimmed it down to about half of that. Maybe more once the fighting starts. I'm not sure. It depends on what level the prisoner is deemed. One, like your brother, looking to Lena, is held in the max security ward under some of the most watchful eyes in the city. That, my dear girl, has never been broken into or even seen by the warden himself and a few of his most trusted men. It is routine to strip the prisoner of all of his belongings, take him to questioning, and put him in his cell where he is deemed fit.
Do you have any kind of map or layout of the prison?
I do. Give me a moment and let me pull it up.
You know where our boy's being held?
Max
I-
security, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, bottom floor, highest floor. You know what I mean? Which direction are we
I
going?
see.
Cell
Yes.
82B.
The prison itself is located in the center of the living quarters. Luckily, the ones we are in now. It is surrounded by high walls and guarded heavily by armed guards. Inside the walls, there is a main building where all prisoners are held.
All that
Bill.
noise and the horde hasn't torn that shit to shreds yet.
You would be surprised on what is actually protected in this city. The Lord protects what he thinks is valuable and likes to play with things he sees that are unvaluable. But the building itself has several levels, cells on each level for prisoners. Most of the cells are made of sturdy materials, such as stone or iron, but the ones that we are looking for are enchanted with some sort of magic to prevent most prisoners from escaping. In the center of the main building, there is a sector, secure, where the most dangerous prisoners are held. It is guarded by the most heavily armed guards that are trusted by the Lord himself, and is protected by multiple magical barriers and traps. Only the most trusted guards are allowed to enter the secure sector, and they pass through several layers of security before reaching the cells.
What
The
floor?
prison also has... What floor? It is in the very bottom floor of the prison. underneath where they keep most of the other prisoners.
The ground level or lower?
Below ground level. The prison also has a courtyard where some of the prisoners are allowed out and exercise and spend time outside their cells. It is also used for the execution of these prisoners, as well as punishments such as flogging or branding. Overall, it is designed to be heavily fortified and secure in a secure location within the city. With multiple layers of defense to prevent escapes and to protect the city from dangerous criminals.
Do you know what the guards use to get past the defenses? Do they have some sort of key of their own or some device that disables the traps to let them through?
There is a key that I now hold in my possession.
Well, that's helpful.
Indeed. But I will give it to you with a trade.
Thought
Let
the
me
brother
borrow
was the
that
trade.
key of yours for just a night. And I will return it to you in the morning. And you can have this now. What it looks like is a small black cylindrical tube made of the same obsidian that the vault is made of underneath the palace. This key will bar you entry to any door within that prison. Tap it amongst one of the locks, and it is no longer locked.
What about the traps?
That, my friends, you will have to deal with on your own. Like I said, I've never been in there.
What do you want his key for?
Do a little bit of investigation on my own.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Terrible. No, I know nothing.
Well, the thing is, we haven't been able to get there yet. And that was on our list of places to go to. And it seems to me that giving us that key is in your best interest because I don't see how we can possibly save her brother without it. You
You may
seem to
be
have a lot
right.
more faith in us.
But here's the thing. I give you the key or not, you try to save your brother or not, I will find my way into that vault, with or without your help.
Good. So
You
you
were
don't need
telling
it.
us 5 minutes ago you don't think it's
Exactly.
possible.
Well, not before you all showed up.
So you need us.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Needed you. I think if you're not willing to give me the key, Dornan, that is fine. I would just like it as a little bit of a trust offering.
If we split the difference, go with you. Ensure that we get our key back. Make sure you're not trying to do anything. Screw us over. I'm your collateral.
There's potentially something there of interest
Give me a
to
persuasion
us.
check.
Okay, what's my persuasion? It's not great. Okay.
You want a trust
Come on,
offering, but
You feel a warmth in your
Yeah.
pocket.
Okay,
You
and I'm
have
gonna
a-
lucky it just in case.
we don't have a whole lot of reason to trust.
And I don't know if I can trust a band of adventurers with one of the most secure keys in the entire kingdom.
Still, you came to us because you want the job done. You
This
didn't think it was
is-
possible until we were here.
This is quickly
No,
going to
the
turn
war-
into a circular conversation. I think we've heard everything.
The
we need to
warmth,
know.
is it a D6 or a D8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Has Jordan?
Okay.
Important question.
I
Has
don't-
Jordan's snack changed since he no longer has a soul?
Ooh.
Heart
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
just hardtack.
actually hardtack. It's just practical and doesn't really care. So you just kind of see him just gnawing on this piece of essentially
Warm
what's-
hard
it's
tack.
like tile. So with the
silently
persuasion,
judges you.
He makes
I,
this like ballsy deal, and then he's like, Um,
Burnt a
Fair
lucky,
enough.
so I'm down on that. With my I rolled well on the bardic, so it's 19.
Very well.
Terrific.
I will bring him back, I promise. It's just pure trust. And hey, if Dornan enjoys what he sees and brings it back to all of you, maybe things will change entirely for your entire group.
It tells me that if
Where-
I go missing, they won't care.
Where are you taking him?
The other.
The other
The
what?
other place.
the satyr.
Well,
The-
that was
the
the
place
question. Was it
where
going
our
to be
dads
there or
went.
somewhere else?
The
So,
place where they hid.
for clarification, you want to use his crest key for us to get the obsidian key.
I give you the key and leave it in your possession. Dornan and I go and see if his key still works.
Do you think that might be a bad idea?
Yes.
Do you think it might be
We need to
trapped?
discuss. I have thoughts.
I believe it's worth the risk. And it could be beneficial to all of us.
I was not
This place
talking
really
about
does
discussing
exist.
with you.
I was
Talking
answering
about
your
Oh,
other
discussing
but-
without you.
Listen,
But
I'm not
that's-
here to mean you any harm. You can trust me or not.
But this is kind of, I guess now this is more toward like Redrick. I still think it's good that we know it's important enough she's willing to take the risk.
How about this? I give you the key now. And you decide as a group whether or not Dornan comes with me.
Sure.
Ting! He flicks it.
I'll snatch it.
It just shatters.
No!
Whoa!
If I may intrude, I may have an idea to get you inside the prison. Or at least into the cells. If you were to take it the sewer route.
Please.
There is a woman in the market district that sells fabrics. Her name is Mina. An apprentice seamstress. She does things that the Lord would not really approve of in her free time.
Don't we all?
Procuring
I
things
know-
of magical.
Do I know anyone named Mina?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Walk the same
Ooh.
circles.
Yeah.
Dressmaker knowledge.
Yeah. Dressmaker check.
I believe that's an 18. I'm gonna double check. Oh, how'd my page get on that page? Interesting. Okay. You said history? Yeah, that's an 18.
An 18.
Mhm.
You have never heard the name Mina before.
Who is she apprenticed to? I'm asking.
I'm not too sure of her name. An old elven woman. Some age. She's just there using the shop. Her master is aged to the point where she does not really know what's going on around her.
Where's the shop precisely? Do you know?
Well, they moved. They used to be in this district here. They moved it to the market district. The shop's called Tonic's Favorites.
And have I ever heard of that?
No, you have not.
Okay.
Ask for her. She may be able to provide you with the means of entry if you tell her I sent you. There are other shops she may be able to point you in the right direction to as well if you're looking for other magical items to procure. There's also many things, arms, armament, tools. People love to sell and buy things in that district. One of the most prominent and flourishing in the city.
And is there an easy way out of here, out of this district, that you guys have, or are we gonna have
Not
to
that we
fight our
have.
way out?
You could travel during the day and be quiet, but entry into the other districts of the city is going to be quite hard, as they are heavily guarded. You could, as we have, pleaded our way in to some more swayable guards. Otherwise, we take the sewers. If you head the northern passage, she points behind, kind of where you guys are standing. You'll find your way there.
Sewers
Do
it
you
is.
know? Do you know if Dora and I need to be worried about being recognized?
Recognized, maybe, Mista says. Physical appearance could be a downfall, but if you continue to use the dust that was given to you, you should be okay by other prying eyes. For now.
I've changed my appearance a little since I ran away. Are they aware of that? Do you know?
I'm unsure. I've only ever heard of you.
A little different myself. Point at the short hair, very short hair, and the pale skin.
You seem to know who she was.
I just knew the Hound had a daughter, and he was very intent on finding her for a lot of his life.
What do you mean? He was intent on finding me for a lot of his life?
Indeed.
What's his name?
I know him as the Hound, and the Hound only.
I was with my father until 6 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
You don't think she'd know?
It wasn't my father.
I would assume not.
And my daddy's. I don't know the Hound.
How much more do you remember of your childhood?
It's pretty normal. I lived with mom and dad in the herbal shop. We had a little apartment above it. And would it be in this district?
Mhm.
In this district. Mom died when Briar and I were 7.
Hold on. He puts his hand on his head. Explain the appearance of your father.
Tall, kind of strong, dark hair. We got the red hair from mom.
And what did you call him?
Well, I called him Dad, but his name was Ives Thauer.
That is the man. You said 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. Everything was normal until Briar came to the shop to get me and said Dad was dead and we had to run. He said Logan was trying to distract whoever was coming for us.
Maybe there is a little bit of him in there.
What do you mean?
Says it kind of past you. Maybe the Hound isn't exactly what we all think he is. Maybe he had a family, kept secret, away from prying eyes.
I didn't know what he did. His work. I knew it wasn't legal. He encouraged us to not ask questions.
How old is the son that walks by him?
Now,
Yes.
a little bit younger than she is.
How old was Briar when you left?
Briar and I are twins.
I apologize. I do not know his age. It could be the same. He just seems younger.
So you're saying that my dad claimed to not know where we were? Any of us?
I never knew that he had a daughter until about a month ago.
And when did his son start working with him?
That boy has been tied to his father's hip since he was young.
You know, what about Logan?
Well, your father still searches for both of you, your older brother and yourself. His intentions are unknown to me. It is said that he is a criminal.
Logan?
Indeed.
Logan was a carpenter.
And your dad? What did he do for a living?
I told you I didn't know. I just knew it wasn't legal and he didn't want us to ask questions.
As far as I know, Logan did something to your father that deeply hurt him. He is now wanted, and I believe your father hunts for him even more than he hunts for you.
A month ago is when all this happened.
That's whenever the rumors began about you, or the Hound and his children. He took a leave of absence from his guard of the Lord and searched for both of you. He came back pleased. I assume that he found you both in safe and healthy.
I don't know.
Interesting. Any other questions?
Yes. So, the group that's planning on having to go and deal, quote, with the horde, do you think they are capable of doing so? And
They are
how
the most
capable?
capable gods and men of the realm that we could muster. I made sure of that. The horde has actually been dwindling. The plague-touched, as the books call them, do not last for very long. They are but a brief scourge. The body is transformed into an undead thing for a brief moment of time, a few days at most, and begin to dwindle.
Why not just let him die off then?
The Lord wants things done quickly. People are beginning to whisper.
Heal happens
know-
in 2 days. They can't be that far from dropping off, right? I mean, when did these things?
There are thousands of them, my friend. They don't all just drop off at the same time.
They can only last a few days. Can't be much longer.
It also gave us an opportunity to remove gods from the prison. Goodbye.
Discord hates Joel.
We've lost a Joel.
There he is.
We've gained a Joel.
All right. Well,
I think we all need to discuss a few things.
Yep.
Take your time. I'm sorry we bombarded you with all of this. If there was any way that you would even help me in this endeavor to free my brother, I would appreciate it, and we would be more than willing to help you in any way that we could.
you know a man named Kalik? Or Selik?
See you. One of your brother's names.
Yes, that is Cameron. There's only a few that he gives that name to, though.
Is your brother
A man of
An
God.
imbecile?
a man of God? Is he a holy man? Is he gifted in some fashion aside from thievery?
Divine magic?
No? Why?
We were led to believe he might be.
Well,
Capable of something.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus
Well, that
Christ.
could-
we don't want Dora to hear this conversation anyway.
I can
Yeah,
promise you
that's fair.
this. He is capable. Quite.
maybe he just
In
has
many
a
different
scroll.
ways. What are you needing someone for a divine purpose?
Not
We already
exactly
might-
himself.
We heard he might be able to perform resurrections.
She just giggles. Cam! Resurrections! You're serious?
Wish I was.
Dead serious.
Hey.
And that's where we're gonna go to break, everybody.
Hey,
We'll be right
all
back.
right. Hopefully we'll have a Joel by the time we're
Joel.
back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he had a problem. He
with or without him, we'll see you guys after break. Be right back.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Oh!
Hey.
Welcome back.
So, what was that?
We'll never know.
Oh my god.
This has quickly become chaos.
Jesus, stop. Let's go.
Welcome back,
Let's go
everyone.
back.
D&D. Go.
Okay. What was the last thing you guys said to the gentleman?
I think it was bye.
Yeah, they were
Or-
leaving to let us talk, I think.
Yeah. I wanted
No,
to
no,
ask
no,
him
no.
one
Lena
They're
more.
was
not.
laughing.
They're not leaving. You're leaving. Okay.
Well, whatever. Lena was laughing about Selik being able to resurrect
Yeah.
people.
Go
That
ahead.
was like the
Well,
last
that's
thing.
where we will continue.
Uh,
God damn it!
Jesus.
One person leaves. I'm banning you from this goddamn Discord.
oh, jeez.
You. I can't see.
Okay, I can hear Liam talk. I'm fine. I'm not going to touch
As
anything.
long as you can hear me,
I can hear. I can hear. It's good.
continue. Forgotten
Okay,
few.
well that's not super encouraging, but we'll figure it out when we get your brother out. One last question. Does the horde react to spellscar abilities the same way they react to regular magic?
Yes, any sort of magical abilities the horde seems to react to.
Does that include divine magic?
Yes, indeed.
Fuck.
In food magic. Oh, I would give you an example, but I can't do it anymore today. So
Food magic.
I think that's
oh,
more
wait,
of a
no, you
you
weren't
thing,
there.
Egg.
Okay.
Calder's just
I
like,
don't know.
If it's magical, they will probably react to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it-
alright.
Somewhat safe to use down here?
Well, Lena, you probably have a better answer to that than I do. You can use it Just don't use it too much. We've never risked it.
Okay.
They do seem to be attracted to the general facility when we have used it, but never have made it their way below the surface.
Okay.
Ooh. One other quick question, Spy Master. We passed a statue on the way in, Dragon. What do you know about it?
Why?
Call it curiosity.
I know it is an old statue to an ancient goddess of some sort that used to be celebrated within the city's walls by our fearless Lord Willem's great-grandfather.
Oh. Used to be.
Yes, there aren't too many worshippers of any divine entities within this city anymore.
Oh. Godless, the lot of you, huh?
You could say that. The bishops of Kellenvor like to make their pilgrimage here every once in a while.
Yeah, we love killing.
People do not take kindly to it.
Gotcha. So none that worship that particular deity around that you know of.
Not that I know of. Why?
Curiosity.
Curiosity.
I like to learn. Never been much for book smarts trying to catch up.
Do you have an interest in dragons?
Interest in anything, really. But we gotta talk, so.
If you're interested in dragons, the library is chock full of books. I could probably tell you a lot about them.
Or where's that?
That is also within the governor's district.
Oh, good. Just where I want to be. Well, unless anybody has anything else, we will discuss.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
Freeze.
I will be awaiting your answer. Lee and I have much to talk about.
We
Okay.
won't keep you waiting long. Then I'll go unlock the door.
Upa unlocks the door as you
Whatever,
approach it
fine.
and opens it.
He's been in the room this whole time.
Yes.
Just
He hasn't
hanging
said
out
a
there behind
fucking
us.
thing.
Yep, just by the door.
What's his expression as we're leaving?
Did he
Insight
react
check.
to anything we were saying?
19.
Sit
Holy
back there with
shit.
popcorn.
As you go to reach for the door, Calder, and go for the lock, he sternly grimaces at you and grabs it just before you grab it and unlock it. Pulls the door open.
Gotta be quicker than that.
I just lean over as I'm at the door. You trust this guy?
I don't trust anybody.
Is
You
he
gave
in
me
the room?
fucking nothing there. All right. I'm gonna walk through.
Why is he in the room? Anyway, all right. Let's discuss.
Yeah.
You just heard all of that.
All right, so we get outside.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Get
a
some-
logical reason. I mean, he seems to be one of Lena's most trusted
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Why are you in the room, Redrick?
I'm
The
part of the
complaint.
group. Yeah, it's a complaint. That's fair.
All right, we'll find somewhere kind of away from people.
Immediate
Cool.
glance towards Avery. You good? Has anything changed?
Perception check.
Cool.
She's dead.
No. Could you imagine? 13.
I did just now.
She's laying up against the wall with her hands behind her head. Seems to be snoozing in a
Don't.
relaxed manner.
All right, that's all.
Okay, so
Down the shit hallway.
right away, don't love the idea of him going to one of the places we needed to go before us, where
Right.
a piece of the soul might be.
Agreed.
Why does he want to go alone? I mean, with, door, but we all know what that really
It
means.
was with he knew of the group of the eclipsing moon. He's been there before. He just wants to look for information.
Right, but we don't really know the guy. Other than that, he is the Lord's spy master, and I mean, he professes to not care much for him in the way he's taken things, but that doesn't mean that if the soul piece is there, he won't claim it for himself.
Yep. We also just revealed to
shoot
them
him.
that it was a soul piece. They didn't know before that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you say you'll shoot him also. Frankly, we don't know how capable the guy is. He might kick your ass.
Then I'm one less problem you have to worry about. Regardless, if we don't allow him to go, he'll just take back the key, and then we won't be able to get to those doors to that jail.
Yeah, about that.
Well,
Do
we've
we
already got the
even-
key.
True. But do we even need
He
to
would
go
probably take
through-
it back.
We need to go through all
From all
that
of us?
bullshit? Saving the brother and all that? I mean, they're gonna take the soul out of the vault to give it to the bad people. We just intercepted at that. The villains, the enemies. We just intercepted at that point instead of breaking into the vault.
Yeah, but then how many people we got to fight? How many guards
Probably
are there?
less than the maximum security prison.
Not
Well,
necessarily
but
true.
so when we're going to be going into the prison, they're going to be trying to clean up this district with all the stuff outside. And she had said that at
Right.
least half of the guards at the prison, maybe even more, will be joining that. So it's not like we're dealing with full force. We're dealing
Right.
with only a part of it.
I mean,
Still
the idea,
alive.
So,
Just
the
a
idea
lot
for
better.
both
So
is
if-
subterfuge, but if we try to intercept at whatever this handoff might be, not only are we dealing with the Lord and whatever guard he may have posted, probably in his palace, but we're also then dealing with who the fuck knows who from the Order of the Blue Flame.
and they are magic users, and our only real magic user is no longer with us.
Yep.
I mean, okay, fair. But don't we want to know who's trying to get this soul piece anyway?
I mean,
We have no
Could be
idea.
helpful.
And also, it could just be wizards from Mornpatar, which I don't have too big of a problem with.
I don't know that we can trust the Order anymore.
Well,
Some
Don't
of
we
them want
know
to
that-
spread the smell plague.
yeah, some of them want to do bad. So what if he's making a deal with someone that wants to make this worse?
That's what I'm afraid of.
And we don't know who's who. We already know for sure that Abad has lied to us on at least one occasion.
A lot easier to go through that prison when there's fewer guards with the key that we can get us in places with the help of a master thief rather than trying to stop a trade-off with two territories.
And
With
we
who
want to
knows?
meet that guy anyway. Remember? He knows something
I
that can
mean-
help with. And then she'll just like nod at door.
I mean, then why'd we get the scroll? I don't know if I have.
Well,
it.
we don't have
Somebody
it
has to
anymore.
use it. Yeah.
Well, and
Falcon had
Clearly
it.
not him.
well, we don't fully know what he can do. Maybe himself can't resurrect, but maybe he could use the scroll.
The scroll we don't have.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Mm.
that's a big
He's
part. That's important.
Literally our only lead for helping him right now.
I don't know.
I
don't,
say
I don't like.
I
the
just go
prison.
for a little stroll. We'll come back, and and from there.
Here's the thing. I mean, it's a big fucking risk giving him the key. Dark Dorn in here is unreliable, but I mean, at the very least, he's got a goal and he wants to see it done. He knows where the best chance he has at seeing it through. Is that correct?
Correct.
So I don't see him betraying us or letting this guy take it if he has the option. That's one thing in our favor there. Red, you say you don't like the prison. I don't love it either, but this Selic fella, at the very least, we have word from somebody Adlith trusts, and that's good enough for me. That he's a decent guy.
Agreed.
If
he
he's a
can't
decent
do it,
guy,
he's
then-
got to at least know some way to do it.
I don't know.
And
She made a weird face when we asked if he ran with any gangs. I don't know if I trust it.
I mean, he might. But if Lillian trusts him, then maybe he ain't that bad. And maybe at the very least, that means he won't stiff us when he's trying to help us get into this vault.
So, are we in agreement? I can go for a little walk and we come back.
I
Not
still
today.
think
I'm not a big fan of it, but that seems like our best choice or option.
I think you should wait and go tomorrow while the rest of us go to the market so everybody can rest. We all kind of got our asses kicked in that house.
We don't know when
Fine.
the invasion's going to be. He said within the next 2 days, but it could be tomorrow. I think maybe we should hit the market today.
How are you
We
feeling?
can wait.
I mean, I'd like a sit before we go.
Say we can
It's
wait.
not-
That we won't find out information till tomorrow anyway, so we can use today to rest up, restock. We can find some ammo we can use in the shops, or buy Isaiah some time to make some if he's willing. Regardless, I don't think anything's going to get done today.
So, for your gun for the bullets, they're like little pieces of like metal, right?
He kind of reach into and pull out one of the balls. There's no
Can I see one of them?
gunpowder. Yeah, he just kind of holds it out, kind of hands it over to him.
So, if it's this small, do they have to be like metal, or could you use like stone, like pebbles or something? I mean, I would imagine. I
Metal.
mean, maybe if it breaks apart, I know that doesn't help, but maybe that's something else you could use instead
Holds
as
out
like
and,
a emergency. I don't know. I'm trying to help you. I do hand it back. I don't know how it works, but I'd imagine that might help. Like
we
last
want
resource sort
metal
of thing.
for
Okay.
practical purposes. You want metal. I've had some experience making it, but Isaiah is far more efficient when it comes to crafting the ammunition.
Okay.
All right.
This will probably be my last batch that I can make you, Dornan. I don't have
Until-
much scrap left, so
Didn't he take like a fuckload of scrap from?
he did.
that big fucker
He
sword or
also made a bunch of. He fixed your armor completely and made ammo for Dornan before.
Well, if we're trying to head over to the market, then couldn't we just try to see if we could find more bullets for you and purchase them instead?
That is one thing
That's-
we can
that's-
do while we're out.
Possibility, yes.
Okay.
All right. All in favor of letting Dornan go with Mystery Man? Hands.
Dornan raises his hand.
You guys hear a poof, and you see Avery sitting right in the middle between all of you, looking at all of you. Raising your hand, because all of
I
you
got a
guys are like
gesture.
slowly raising your hand.
I mean, I don't love the idea, but I
Yeah.
don't know that there's.
Yeah.
I don't know that we can stop him in the first place.
I mean, we can not give him the stuff.
I'm talking
key.
about Door. I don't think we can stop Door.
Oh, well.
She points at you, Redrick.
Huh?
Jail cell? Like she's signaling like bars on a cell.
Oh, I'm not going to jail. Don't worry.
Oh, he's going to jail.
I've already been to jail. They can't keep me in there.
He can get in. Is that what you're saying? You can poof in? Oh,
Well,
And
yeah, what good is that for us, though?
To get into the
I
prison.
don't know about that.
Oh, but she can get herself in. I mean, can you get all of us in, kid?
she could probably open doors from the other side, though.
I'm not
we still
bringing
need-
her to a
That's-
fight with 50 plus armed guards of the best armed guards in the fucking kingdom, from what they told
think
us.
I think that I would interpret that as you don't tell her what to do.
Even then, she can open doors for us. So what if we got the fucking key that opens all the damn doors?
Yeah.
And that still leaves us the problem of getting in the first place.
She just points to herself walking and into with you, Redrick.
You can get me in?
Avery,
Symbolism.
do you-
She's going with you.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
So
That can be part of that conversation. We'll know where we stand right now. I say we just... You two can have that argument as much as you like. Say we start prepping for tomorrow.
well, step one, I think today, homie wants to go check out the area. So if he's gonna go do that with you, if we agree to that, then the rest of us, I think, should go to the market today as well.
Might as well, yeah, save time.
yeah, I guess.
But-
After we take a little rest.
I mean, I know that they said that he had to discuss stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm sure they can give him enough time.
It's only, late morning right now?
Yeah, you guys woke up, went to the orphanage, and have come back. So it's probably been a couple of hours. So it's probably middle of the afternoon.
A little short rest is in order for you. First, we tell them what our plans are.
Like, how many hours of light left? Thereabouts?
Probably a good 5 or 6.
Yeah, we've got
It's
time.
probably about noon. So
Okay.
So are we allowing it?
As far as
think
Dora goes, I
so.
don't think we can control him. As far as she goes, that's between them.
I still think
Exactly.
there's got to
Those-
be a way around all this. And plus, we're giving up a chance to see who these people are we've been chasing this whole time. When that trade-off happens.
I don't think it's worth it. We don't even know if it's going to be anyone associated with the people. They could be
We
a
don't.
completely separate group wanting this.
It's-
And
And then
would
if
it-
that happens, then we just wait till they leave town and take it from them on the road.
You're assuming
Well,
that we
but-
can. We don't know how powerful they are.
And
They're
even
magic
then,
users.
I don't think it'd be a good idea if
We're
we
going-
revealed ourselves.
This prison is staffed by literally what Lena just said was the best guards Arabar has to offer. Just because they can use some magic doesn't mean they're the greatest combatants in the world.
We also don't know if that's actually who we're looking for.
And again, we need Selic. And she's not the only one that needs him. We need him too.
There's gotta
mean,
be other people that can do whatever Sela can do.
You know any? I don't.
We haven't even tried finding them. That was just one name we got.
Yeah, but do you have any other leads? I don't even know where to start looking for that kind of magic.
If the rest of the city's still intact, I have people I can talk to.
All right,
Well,
well,
when we're over to the market, you can see if you can reach out with a couple people. I mean, if we're already going to be in another part of the city, I'd imagine, is that assuming too much?
I mean, yeah, I can find my way around the city. I can reach out to them while we're searching, but I don't know. Because
and who says we can't figure out who wants to do the exchange? If we take the soul in secret, the Lord doesn't know. He still meets with the people that want to do the exchange, and
And
that's our
We-
opportunity.
We can still get eyes on them.
Another concern, when I was listening to her plan of breaking this man out, the best thief that was just trying to break into the Obsidian Vault vanishes from prison. Where do you think they're going to fortify next?
Fair point.
it'll probably have to be a grab him and go
just-
straight for the vault, I would assume.
Right.
it'd have to be in one go.
After
Yeah.
we fight the best armed guards in the capital and go through layers and layers of magical traps.
Well, that's
The idea is not to
that's
fight.
the
I know,
that's
I
the
know,
assumption that we're dealing with everything. If
what
we
are the
can-
odds that we don't run into any resistance?
I'd rather fight 3 people than 40.
I don't know. I just think I don't like the prison. People
You don't have to
people
like
don't
it,
get in
but-
or out of it for a reason.
Have very few options. You can grimace and grouse as much as you like, Redrick. However, until you can think of a different plan, this is the only plan we have.
Give me till the end of the day. Let me get in touch with my people when we're in the market. See if they have anything
Sure.
that can help.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go for a walk.
Okay. Well, I guess if
Fuck
we're
it.
going to be
Go for it.
we're going to be resting here,
What if
so
I go with Dornan and Strange Man to this Satyr? Is that what it is?
Dancing Satyr, yes.
Dancing
Yeah,
Satyr.
right. Sure.
If they do still have the Satyr brew, you gotta try it. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be there to drink, but maybe sometime. The one thing I do have is that the words to potentially acquire said piece, and we know that I don't get incinerated or whatever the fuck you thought might happen to me when we were in Elk.
Right. Assuming that guy allows it.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't, then at least there's more than just Dornan to fight him off.
No, I mean, assuming he allows you to go in the first place.
I mean, we can give him the option. We could say that or no deal.
Well, if we're doing that, we might as well all just fucking go, right?
Sure.
And then if the soul's there, we don't even have this conversation.
Where, what part of town is the place in?
I would know. Probably.
The Dancing Satyr?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is in the Merchants District. Well, the Warehouse District, which is in the northwestern part of the city, along the sea.
Yeah. We don't know how much time it'll eat. But
Pretty
we-
sure I can.
yeah.
We can allow him to come because we know something he doesn't. That you might actually have to have someone recite the words. Since I don't know if I technically qualify as being able to do that anymore.
He may or may not care about the words. It sounds like he has his own reasons for wanting to go there. That may have nothing to do with the relic.
Possible, but then why would he need the key?
To get in. Nobody can
Doesn't-
get into
you
that
need-
place without it.
You,
I thought
you
that
need
was
the
the
words
key to the
use the key.
secret area.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but there could be more to the secret area than just the relic. It's like a secret, like basement, other space, right? Is what I was understanding.
I think of it like a secret hideout.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. I was picturing that being like key to the vault kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure it's the key to the space in general.
Well, so what? We all go? Tell them we all go or no deal?
I mean, she seemed pretty intent on getting her brother back. She might take us up on it.
Well,
I
it's
don't
not
wanna
her we
sound-
gotta
I mean,
convince, it's him.
Yeah.
Not to rain on this parade, we are moving. It's easier to move with 2 or 3 people in heavily viewed territory, and an entire party going to this one spot. Which we are, to be fair, we are not the most subtle of looking people. Draw too many eyes, and that's why he may not want to do it. A master spy might not want an entourage.
There's also the consideration that Dora and I are both wanted people in the city, so maybe smaller groups are better.
We're all probably wanted
say-
people.
I'd say we'll try to see if Calder can go along. And if he can, that's great. And if not, then it's just Dornan. And if for whatever reason we feel like all of us can go, if for whatever reason something changes, then we'll do that.
Could also just follow him without him knowing.
Just,
Free.
I could probably manage that. Can the rest of you?
I'm just gonna look over at Ook.
Man's the
You are
spy.
I
this-
don't know.
Bring a good point.
Imagine.
If you're this concerned of our party and is the quietest, the rest of you can go to the shops, find what we need, probably be able to follow us, and even if he does realize she's following it, not care. We need to do this quietly. And us as a party clomping around is not going to help.
Well,
No, you don't trust me. I am aware. This is nothing new. It's not a matter of trust, it's a matter of practicality.
we're all guessing right now. We don't know if this needs to be quiet or if he's gonna not want an entourage or any of that yet.
The fact that he wants to go
Suppose-
by himself lends itself that he wants to be about it.
Why don't we pose the question?
Goes away.
That works.
All right. Check the basement first. Plan again after. Soul's there. We're done.
Well, there's
We're not done.
one of potentially
Well.
two.
We want all the pieces that we can get. And again, I think we're going to need Seelick. People that know about resurrection don't grow on trees.
We still gotta try to hit that vault. Either way. And Seelick's our best way. He's been there. He got caught, but he made it to the vault.
What happens if they get one more piece?
You really want to find out?
Do they need
I'm
all
sure
of
as
them?
fuck don't.
We need to talk with Cade.
Look, man, they got two pieces last time we met Gorgas, and well, this shit happened. So I don't really want to find out what happens when they get more.
Cade's not extremely reliable either. He told us he didn't have a way to hide us.
Yes, that motherfucker did.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he only has a way to hide himself.
But he told us he had no idea how anybody could hide themselves.
He knew about the dust. And he knew that we were going to Erebar, and he knew where the source of the dust was. He didn't want us to be able to hide ourselves.
Correct.
Yeah, that's important.
It's also very
Yeah.
aversive to go into Arabar.
I'm sure there's good reason for that. But all right. Talk. What's the fuck? What was his name? Mista.
Mista.
They're just gonna walk over to the door, just knock on it, just boom, 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 boom.
The slide opens. They're not finished talking.
I don't give a shit.
Let's take a break then. Let's take our rest
Yeah,
while they
let's-
talk.
I'm gonna pick
Let's
Avery
just
up off the
chill out.
ground, just, like, by her shoulders. Stand her up.
Wipe yourself off.
Don't act like you don't love me.
Her eyes just squint.
I'm gonna go to pull out my my pan flute and start get ready to play it, and then look over at Avery and is it okay if I use this?
She reaches in her pouch again, pulls out these two silver plugs, and puts them in her ears.
Okay. And I'm assuming we're gonna be taking a short rest here.
Seems
So
like.
I'm gonna be playing us a little jaunty tune, Song of Rest.
Jaunty tune of rest.
Jaunty of Rest.
Short
Jaunty
rest.
jaunt.
So you get an extra D6 hit points
Nice.
if you use a hit dice or more.
I will use a hit
I-
dice.
Don't need any help. Well, I need to reset a few things.
Oh, nice.
I
Very
forget.
nice.
So can I use Song of Rest as well, or does that only work for everybody else? Which is fine.
Say it again.
So does Song of Rest also? Do I also get an extra D6, or is that just for my party? Because I
What
don't
does
see
it
anything that
say?
specifically says.
Ew.
Use soothing music or oration to help revitalize your wounded allies during a short rest. If you or any friendly creatures, okay, it is myself. I just can't.
Yes, the Song of Rest affects any friendly creatures, including the bard who uses the ability.
Cool.
So the only fight we had was the house one, right?
It was a
Yeah.
big one.
Okay, I think I
The
forgot to
Valor
do my
one.
last long rest before that then. Because I had like no hit dice left.
The devourer.
My action surge and marksman's back.
I am a rogue and I am back to full hit points, so I'm good to go.
I'm
Get a
close
side eye
enough.
back with a short rest. I'm full up on everything.
My action surge, and I'm good
You're my
to
new
go.
target.
Gosh!
Oh, I get. Ooh, wait. I think.
You have uncanny
Am I at
touch.
that level yet?
Fucking rogues.
Don't be a hater.
I played a swashbuckler once. It was fun.
Rogues are the best. Rogues are a lot of fun.
They done talking yet?
No.
Dun, dun, dun. Every 5
Um,
minutes.
At some point during the short rest, Ren's just gonna say in an aside to Dornan, you said in there that we wouldn't care if you didn't come back. And I just want you to know, not you, whoever speaks, but the Dornan that I know is in there. I want you to know that we would care, and we're not giving up on you. I know you're in there. That's all.
Kind of just sits there and kind of gives this side look and just kind of just for no real response to it.
During rest, I'm going to close my eyes and meditate and try to focus on my connection to Tamara. Tamara? Tomorrow.
It's Mara. Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Every time.
How do you do that? You just try to focus, or
Yeah, I'll take the sword out and set it on my lap, just like one hand kind of over the blade and one around the hilt. Close my eyes and just kind of try to focus on that, like the way that I felt the times that I've seen her.
you focus. You feel a sense of calm wash over you as the rest of your party tinkers and does their rest. You just kind of fall into this meditative state. You swear for a moment you feel a sea breeze blowing on your face. The smell of the sea wafts across your nose. You open your eyes and you're soaring over an ocean, looking down what looks like many trade ships, sailing vessels, all sorts. And you wake up. And as that moment where you come out of that dreamlike state, you feel a brief moment of like you're falling. Like when you have a dream that you're falling off of something that it's brief and you're back to reality.
I was just over open ocean seeing
Mhm.
ships. Okay. There's
Good.
sorry. I mean, there would be nothing to like judge location by.
Not really. It was just open water. And it was kind of hard to even realize what you were seeing. It was a very blurred, dreamlike state.
Okay.
Anything else anybody wanted to do during the rest?
Yeah. I actually wanted to reach into my little, I guess, spice pouch, ingredient pouch
Okay.
that I was gifted. And I want to pull out one of the peppers, super spicy
Okay.
peppers,
Okay.
And I know it's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna take a bite out of it. I'm just gonna bite the tip of the pepper, just to get like a little taste.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
Huh? Just taking a little nibble of the tip. Okay.
Tiny.
Nibble the tip. Gotcha. Okay, 1 second.
Evan, did I recognize any of the ships?
No. So like I said, I didn't really make that clear, but it was a very dream-like, blurry state. Like you couldn't really make out even where you were. You could just see the waves of the ocean and brief flashes of the ships beneath you as something was soaring above it. So you take a bite of this pepper. Okay. You bite it a little bit. And you burp. Burp. And as you do, all of you hear a brief come out of Egg's mouth.
So as soon as like I hear that, wait. So do I hear it or I don't?
No, all of you do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So as soon as I do that, I'll just like.
What happens when you eat souls, you idiot?
I think Doran
But what
should
if
eat one of the
it's spicy?
peppers.
Now that's an interesting fucking thought.
That's a very interesting idea.
But yeah, but DM, was it spicy?
It is one of the hottest things that you ever ate, and you currently can't talk.
I'm just gonna shakily put the pepper just back in the pouch,
Yeah, you begin to
just-
sweat, and all of you see
and
Egg
just-
get really, really pale.
and I'm just gonna sit there in my own dumb stew and contemplate my bad decisions.
do.
Yes.
I just hold up the pocket watch.
I think they made a decision, Lena. Let them in. Misa is still there, alongside Lena and Upa.
We all want to go.
That was not part of the deal.
Why not?
One, I believe this is for very few eyes to see. And the less eyes that see it, the better.
Why? I mean, we have the key collectively that you want to use, right? And we were going to go regardless
Go where?
to the Dancing Satyr.
And do what?
What we wanted
Use
to go
it.
there to do.
Use what where? I mean, you think you have the key, yes?
Correct.
Yep.
Without knowing exactly where you need to insert said key,
Kate told us.
deception check.
Good. All right. Plus. Where is it? Plus 9. So that is a 24. And if I need to use a side die, I will.
You have expertise in that?
I do.
Nice.
You all may accompany us, but to the room that I need to take Doran, there's only one other that can enter,
And me.
and that's her. I fear you may not survive.
Who, me?
Indeed.
I've survived one of these rooms already.
Not this room.
He's talking about going to the other place. That supposedly my dad took me and my brothers.
It
Wasn't-
might be a scar thing.
Wasn't one of them not spell scarred though?
Briar. According to Cade, anyway. But I don't know. That's all according to Cade.
Right. doesn't really have a reason to lie about Briar going there, though, right?
He said it happened after my mom died, and I don't remember it.
What's different about this room to the one in, say, Elbler?
This room is a completely different sort of room. I do not know which room you speak of, like the one in Elbador.
He's talking about going to the place where all the spell cards were that fucking Cade told us about, and he's not
You
sure if
talking
he'll be
about
able
going
to go.
the in between?
Yeah, a different plane of existence. If we go there, how much time is going to pass here?
Could be an hour, could be 100 years.
That seems like an important detail
Ooh.
that should have maybe been part of the discussion.
It's a bit of a fucking risk, my guy.
I'm not there to enter, by any means. I am only there to see if it still exists, and if that key still works. It
Oh,
could
well,
be
if
very
you're not-
valuable to us.
But if you're not going through, then all of us can just come and look at a fucking door. Spell scarred or not.
Very well. You all want to come? By all means.
All right. When did you want to go?
Well, there is one problem. They may bar us entry even into the building. We may need a distraction, or a way in. Most of the individuals are there during the evening hours. It might be easier for us to get into the room that I need to, while all of the occupants are being entertained.
All right.
I would say tonight. I have
Okay.
much business to do today. I had to make sure all of the plans are set for the assault.
Sure.
You said it's sort of a fighting pit, right? The entertainment that goes on there?
Among other things, but yes, predominantly a fighting pit.
Too
How's
late
that
to
for an
sign someone up.
excuse?
That may be the only way we get entry.
A good reason to get in.
Well, fuck it, I'm down.
I can go for a fight.
You're going to fight?
Yeah,
Okay.
why wouldn't I?
Sure.
You don't have to be the best at fighting to still like fighting. Fighting's fighting.
Yep. Sure is. Okay, so we'll meet back here tonight. And then at that time, you'll know when the assault will happen.
By that time, I will know.
Or are we going there tonight?
We'll go there tonight, yes. The rest of the day I must spend
I see.
back
I
at the
see.
palace.
Yeah, we'll meet him here and then go together.
Right. So let's go to the market and then we'll come
Well,
back.
that's what I was about to ask. Do you
Yeah.
think we'd have enough time to make it to the market and back for us
Yes,
to
it's
leave?
only a short walk, especially if you're
okay.
taking the tours.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
get it
cool.
in.
If
Right.
you're gonna be at the
Eh.
palace, can we just meet you without coming back here? It feels like
Sure.
we're both outside of the plague touched area. Might as well.
So
Do you
we'll
know
go
what it
shopping
is?
and meet you at the Seder.
Yeah, I've been.
I will give. Okay. I trust you to know where it is then.
I'm gonna kind of look at Isaiah. Do you know where we're going down here?
Yes, it's not too far. He's telling the truth.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Let's move.
What time at the Seder?
Well,
Sundown.
too early. Let's
High
make it
noon.
No.
let's make it around midnight. That's when the festivities seem to pick up the most.
When
High
the opportunity
moon.
arises, I will take
High
advantage.
moon.
Yeah.
High moon.
Oh.
Very nice.
Bravo.
Sorry, what time?
Midnight, high moon.
Midnight,
moon.
aka
He's
He's
high
already
noon.
That's the-
vanished. By the time you guys look up, everyone in the rooms is gone.
Fantastic.
just sitting there like, moon.
We're all just
They're
outside the
gone.
Seder for like 4 hours waiting
Ah,
for him.
moon.
They've Batmaned your ass.
All right, what time did he say?
There was
He
one
said
of you there.
midnight.
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 Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Night.
I didn't hear. Huh?
Get cozy
I
in your
know.
I
blanket.
told you like 3 times.
What
It's
time are we
cold.
meeting again?
Let's go to the damn market.
Yeah.
Oh my
let's
god,
go.
please.
We're gone.
Shopping.
Woo!
I'm bringing Avery.
She's with you this
If she'll
entire
come.
time.
Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic.
Woo!
Now that she's out of this building, by the way, or out of not this building, but the orphanage, she seems to have a different demeanor. She was frightened at first, but now that she wears the earplugs, she walks pretty confidently next to you, especially when Isaiah begins to lead you through the sewers. She doesn't hug your hip anymore. She seems to be bouncing around from party member to party member, kind of eyeing them up, looking them over, walking confidently amongst the group.
As we're walking, hey kid, are you a mute, or does your own voice hurt your ears, or you just can't talk?
Talks with her mind.
Yeah, she's picked up a couple tricks. She used to live in
Right.
the room, door closed, padded walls.
Right. But I mean,
Probably
like, you
picking up on
can't
her.
speak, or you just didn't, you never learned. Don't know.
I mean, it's kind of the same situation, right?
Yes.
She never talked to me. Little word
Alright.
here or there. So
You know how to write?
I think that's pretty clear.
I'll assume that's a yes.
I think that's a yes, dummy.
Hey, I'm trying to get her to tell me with her words.
She doesn't use
Uh,
words.
Yeah,
I
I
know
know.
hard to use
I'm
words.
saying the power.
He looks
of
at
the
you,
written
Red,
word.
and just points to him and shakes his head.
He doesn't
I'll give
speak
her, like a
teenage
knowing
girl.
nod.
God damn. Here's my point. Who's got paper and a pen? Be a lot easier than all this shit.
I can just, well, if you don't mind, I can just like connect to your mind. I can do that too.
It doesn't hurt. It's kind of like what you do.
It's a little
Mhm.
weird.
You can tell she's thinking about it for a moment.
She does it with all of us. It's really painless. It's fine.
We all think as one.
If you don't,
No.
Stop.
if you,
don't scare the kid.
No,
Damn.
I'm not like a crazy hive mind lady, and like if you don't like it, you can end the connection yourself. You don't have to wait for me to end it.
She has been called a witch, though.
That was
yeah,
that's
that's true.
accurate. I'm a spell scarred, apparently. You know what I am now.
Spells guard witch. Go on.
That's. You're mean.
Witch in the woods.
I'm not a witch.
I'd say it's okay.
I'm not a witch. I'm
I'm
a
a witch. I'm your wife. Okay. Since we're on the move anyway, I think it's okay. I'll make a connection to you, or to Avery rather, and then to I'll make a connection to Avery, Calder, and Egg. Why not?
Wow.
And that-
Or me.
feel old.
Why not me anymore?
Why not you?
I wonder
never get
why.
chosen, so I'm
Crazy.
God damn it! All right, that's only an hour again.
No one likes
Ugh.
dry British humor. You know, we miss the old morning.
Whose fault's that?
with the dome.
It's yours for leaving the dome.
Yeah, what you with the dome, man?
Why'd you leave the dome, man?
Yeah.
I'm safe inside the dome, man.
Come on, man.
All right, and then I'll just stay in Avery's head. Okay, I can talk to you. You can talk to me.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah, I know it's kind of weird. I've only been able to do this for like a few weeks, but yeah.
Red, you just see her stop and her eyes are just wide, pupilless and black. Her ears now stick straight up in the air.
Weird.
Lean
right?
over to Rhetoric. Is she fucking high?
I can do this. You can do this more than once a day?
Yeah, it's super easy the first time, and then like when I do it more, it takes like a little bit of energy. Like I'm a little bit tired. I don't think I can do it like endlessly, but yeah, no, I can do it a few times a day.
Let's see. Tell Redrick he needs a shower.
Reg, she says you smell bad and you should shower.
All right. I didn't realize this was gonna quickly become a team effort to. You know what? Maybe let's not do the connections so much.
She has a point. Sensitive
Duncan would
ears,
agree.
sensitive nose.
All right, now you all really are thinking as one, huh? It was just a joke before, but
Good. By the way, tell him I'm going with him, no matter what.
Okay, this will be fun. Okay, Red, she seems pretty determined to come with us, or rather to stay with you at least, no matter what.
And I can be a help at the prison too.
She says she can help.
that's not happening. I'm
He's
sorry.
not my dad, and I'm going anyway.
You're not her dad, and she's going anyway.
You're not my dad.
We're gonna talk about this more later, without everyone else here to support you.
Disappeared for months, and I'm going.
I was busy trying to save the damn world. All right.
Maybe I should have connected to Redrick instead. It's gonna be like a somewhat private conversation.
She kind of stomps off after saying that.
Yeah, so she
Angry
said
manner.
that you disappeared for months, and she's going. So
Well, I guess we'll have to talk about this later.
you know,
I'm just gonna kind of quietly say to Calder, I don't know if I'm still sweating because the pepper that I ate or the tension in the sewer.
Probably the soul of the person you consumed feeling nervous, scared.
No, thank you. I'm gonna walk away.
so mean.
Like telling a kid Santa Claus is a real man. You just scared the shit out of him.
You're just gonna hear-
my new thing. I have a new thing.
They're
Calder's
crying
just
out in
gonna-
the darkness of your stomach. Help, where am I?
Brent's gonna giggle in your head.
Oh, that was too funny.
I don't want
It
this.
only
anymore.
takes you a good 15 or 20 minutes until Isaiah says, "All right, here's where we're gonna go up. It should be right in an alleyway, not too far away from the market district. We should be okay from there."
Do we still have to go through like a gate or something above ground, or can we come up in the market district?
We just passed it about
Oh,
5 minutes ago.
perfect. Beautiful. Excellent. High five.
Slowly, like
As he's slowly moving, I'm just going to be like, bam!
colder. Ook. Next time you're giving the high fives. Come on. You see him slowly climb up the ladder.
Yep. Follow.
Saying well done. Shit.
As you climb up, Isaiah pushes the manhole out of the way, and you all climb up into an alleyway, which isn't too far from the center of the marketplace. You can automatically just hear the bustling of a crowd, and Isaiah stops all of you and says, "Well, that's a lot closer than I wanted it to be." As you can see eyes now going towards your group as you emerge from the sewer.
Oh, great.
Great.
People moving all
Fantastic.
around you.
Hood up.
Hood up.
I
The
retract my
market
high five.
square is a bustling hub of activity. It is filled with people of all shapes and sizes and races. The square itself is surrounded by tall, ornately designed buildings with colorful facades, each one housing a different shop or stall. The cobblestone streets are lined with stalls selling a wide variety of goods that you can see, from fresh produce to meats to handcrafted jewelry and art. The smells of cooking food and the sounds of music and laughter fill the air. A much different atmosphere in this part of the city.
Indeed.
In the center of the square, amongst the people, you see a large fountain. It's crystal clear water spilling out of a stone sculpture of a large, much more complete sculpture of a dragon. Around the fountain, people sit on benches or on the ground, enjoying the sights and sounds of the market. The square is a vibrant place full of energy, where people from all walks of life come together to trade, socialize, and enjoy the beauty of this large trade hub of a city. It was a place that you can tell where past and present seem to intertwine, with ancient traditions and modern innovation coexisting side by side. As the sun sits high on the horizon, the square takes on a magical quality. As you can see, flickering blue lanterns that cast a warm glow amongst the bustling crowd. And that is where we are going to end our session tonight.
One question. 8
One
questions.
One question. I will allow one question.
Make it a good one.
The statue of the dragon, does it have the 7 stars on it anywhere?
You have to get much closer. Actually, give me a perception check.
That'll go well. 4.
You need to get much closer to be able to tell.
At least maybe this means that we'll get an actual shopping episode. Maybe next week.
Could
I
be.
don't want to do a shopping anymore or go any farther without Isaiah because he will definitely want to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He has
Oh,
ideas.
Can I
Alright.
look at the statue? Can I go?
Next session. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Whoever's still hanging out. If you want to catch our midweek show where we're going to talk about this episode, we're going to be doing Speechless tonight. Talk about the moments that left us speechless. Might have some guests on with us. Might just be me and Mac. That's going to be Sunday at 8:30 p.m. EST. Don't miss it.
Sunday.
While you're browsing our other stuff, go check out our TikTok. Come interact with us on Discord. Yeah, we got lots of content out there for you guys to interact with if you want to. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great week.
Thank you.
Ah!
Adios.
Happy New Year! Oh,
Bye.
God,
Yeah,
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year!
Year.
Year 2023.
Year.